Am I the asshole for yelling at my husband for eating the wrong cookies? I, 37-year-old female, made fancy cookies for a friend's birthday this past week. The amount of planning that went into these cookies was silly, to be honest. Slowly but surely, I collected the ingredients I needed through annoying ass grocery and Amazon orders and miraculously had everything I needed to make these cookies on time for my BFF's birthday. Baking them was also a hassle. I had to bake them in small batches in order to correct the dough until I got the perfect cookie. So I'm running back and forth to the kitchen for hours while also taking care of my 10-month-old son. I made extra cookies because my hubby has a sweet tooth. Hubby, 38-year-old male, comes home from work and is super excited that I made cookies. I tell him how hard I've been working on these tricky ass cookies and tell him very specifically that there are 6 cookies that he must not eat that are perfect in size and shape and decoration and will be given to my BFF. I tell him this twice because I can't stand the thought of having to deal with more cookie decorating. I even separated the off-limit cookies from the rest so it's obvious which ones are not meant for him. He nods in acknowledgement. That evening, he's back and forth, in and out of the kitchen, eating cookies, getting chocolate on the effing sofa as he eats them. At some point, I check on the perfect 6 gift cookies to see if the decoration have set, and what's this? One of the 6 quarantine cookies is missing. I asked hubby why he ate one of those special cookies and he laughed. Oh honey, the other cookies were too big and I just wanted one last small cookie. I was only a little mad at first, but kind of shocked. I told him, I can't believe you just did that when I asked you not to twice. What the F, dude? His reaction. It's not a big deal, sweetie. Are you really going to get upset over a cookie? There are so many cookies left. Just use one of the others. Or give her 5 instead of 6. At that point, I got a little more angry. I told him that I wanted an apology and that he was being inconsiderate. He rolled his eyes at me and apologized sarcastically and muttered that he would sleep on the couch tonight because we're arguing about cookies now. He said I was immature for arguing with him about cookies. He gives me the silent treatment for the rest of the night and slept on the chocolate-stained sofa. Now, I'm fucking pissed and confused. Am I an asshole because I made a big deal out of this stupid cookie situation? Am I the asshole for putting my dog's wee-wee pads on the bathroom floor because my BF had bad aim and keeps missing the toilet? My boyfriend, 30-year-old male, and I, 20-year-old female, have been together about a year, and when our city implemented lockdown for the virus, he decided to quarantine with me at my apartment as I live alone and have a nicer apartment and he has several roommates. Mostly it has been going well and thankfully we both still have jobs, except in the first few weeks I started noticing that the bathroom floor was suddenly always wet around the toilet. The sink is across the room from the toilet, so it's unlikely to be from the sink. At first I thought it might be water, but soon realizes that it was definitely pee. I asked boyfriend about it nicely and he apologized and said sometimes he has bad aim. I asked him to try a little harder and he said sure. The floor continued to be frequently spattered with piss, and a few weeks later I confronted him about it again because I think it's pretty gross to step in his pee several times a week, and it seems like an easy thing to fix. If he misses the toilet, I think the very least he could do is make sure to wipe it up with toilet paper or a Clorox wipe. The cleaning supplies even live in a cabinet directly over the toilet. He said sure, sorry, he would try to remember to do that. Another week has passed and while maybe he's doing this sometimes, I've continued to step in splatters of his pee and wipe it off the floor and clean the floor several times a week. I thought about asking him to just pee in the bathtub or something instead, because I don't understand how you can pee on the floor by accident so often and not notice and not clean it up. Last night I got up to use the bathroom in the middle of the night and absolutely stepped in piss for the millionth time. I had it and didn't want to pick a fight or ask him again since it seems clear he can't or won't change. So I got one of my dog's wee-wee pads from when he was a puppy. He's now well trained and cut it up a bit and taped it down to make a sort of a skirt or mat around the floor near the toilet to at least absorb the piss. Boyfriend saw this morning and is furious with me, saying that I'm calling him a dog, comparing him to an animal, etc. Honestly, I was not thinking that at all. I was just trying to be resourceful and solve the problem for myself since I don't like piss on my bathroom floor and don't like stepping in it. I didn't feel like arguing about it anymore, and putting a material specifically meant to absorb pee around the area he keeps peeing on by accident seemed like a practical solution. Am I the asshole here? Am I the asshole for refusing to babysit my nephew on my day off? Context. Story happened in early 2020. I, female, 31-year-old, have a brother, 34. We are both no longer speaking to our parents. He has been with his girlfriend for 10 years who has no sibling but is very close to her parents. 4 years ago, they told me they were having a baby. Of course, I was thrilled for them. Few months later, boom, baby boy. For reasons stated earlier, we're a pretty small family. I'm his only aunt. I don't want children. Here's the thing. While she was pregnant, B and GF kept implying stuff like how awesome it was going to be for them, that I will be there for my nephew, for babysitting, etc. To be honest, at that point, it felt awkward. Not at first, but they were really pushing it. Stuff like, don't worry babe, if we want a dinner date, we will drop baby at auntie. So I was very clear at the time. Yes, I want a relationship with that kid. No, I won't be a third parent. Okay to babysit, not to parent every time they feel like just being a couple, in their words. So I did that. I babysit only if I was available and with some notice. Sometimes they have been very short, like day before because GP were not available or something came up. Note that I adore this little boy. He's amazing and we're doing a lot of stuff together, but still, he's not my child. I don't want to have any, won't change my mind. I also have a very tiring job with weekends and night shifts, so sometimes I really just want to be myself at home. Early February, B called, asked if I could have G for the day. I said no, that it was my first weekend off in month, has been crazy at work and got promoted to manager, and I wanted it to be mine. Relax, see some friends. He insisted, GF insisted. They both said, G will be so disappointed. But I stood my ground. I was so exhausted. I just wanted a weekend at home, not entertain a 3-year-old with too much energy. Then on the Saturday in question at 8 AM, someone knocks. B, GF, and little G. They were dropping him off because, well, I was going to stay at home and they really wanted to go out for the day in a different city. I was livid. Told them the same things I already said while trying to calm because G was watching and listening. No, weekend off, not available, happy to see you, but goodbye. But they did not want to hear anything. B told me that I was being selfish, that they told G he was spending the day with me and he was so thrilled, etc. That I did not have kids, so it was the least I could do, etc. I stood my ground again, told him me not having kids was in part because I knew I was not willing to sacrifice my days to kids, that I was not a third parent or at their disposal. They left, G was upset, crying. Of course he was. He thinks I don't like him anymore for not wanting to have him, and I'm pissed for that. Friends think I should have agreed for his sake, but I feel like they weaponize their son to make me cave, and it's infuriating. So, am I the asshole here? So, those were the stories for today's video. If you enjoyed this and want to watch more videos, then click here for more stories, or go check out the info cards in the right corner for more videos.